So welcome one and all to our live coverage of the ongoing group stage here, the tournament making steady progress towards its knockout phase. We'll be ready to go once the final checks are carried out. We have a hugely expectant crowd here. We just hope that the game lives up to the atmosphere. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. And if you did just miss it, we are up and another try! Going to be disappointed with that. Locatelli. Minus. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was...
Takes a shot! And he has kept it out somehow.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And it's been taken short. That's very neat. He slings it in. Clears it away. It's run loose here. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And the counter is on. And it's Minus. Kenny. And here's Vlahovic. Oh, great chance. He's having a shot! And he's there to get it away. Now, what about a counter-attack? He's one-on-one! He's been bundled over. That is a foul. It's not taking him long, and that's going to be a booking. The players are making their point, but the ref clearly isn't interested. He's waved them all away.
Well, that's called taking one for your team, because a one-on-one situation was about to develop.
He's gone for it! That's a fine save.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well. Vlahovic.
Cambiasso. David. Now it's Vlahovic. Cleared without complication. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
And that has been clubbed away. He has been fouled there. Gets the ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
Oh, what a climb! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. And it's Locatelli. Great chance! As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
That's really well manoeuvred. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. De Bast cuts out the pass. Does really well to win the ball there. Bremer. And it's played forward. And here's Vlahovic. Oh, good ball. He's had a shot! And he hits the net. Again, in a trice. And they are soaring. Really tidily gathered, and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Aim forwards. Referee's given a throw. Oh, that's nice. Hit into the middle. Oh, that's not going to find its target. Thuram tries a measured ball. Well, that is not the best ball. And he offers an apologetic look.
Well, his teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And that's put paid to a promising move. Ball's being played in here nice and early. Chance for a shot! Locatelli. Oh, nicely intercepted. De Bast. That has found him in acres of space. McKennie. Locatelli. David. Cambiasso in acres of space out wide. Can he finish? Relentless! Just relentless! Up by 3. They have their boot on the throats of their foes. Simplicity itself.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came up beautifully.
(3-0) and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. Great defending, strong and determined. Chance, surely! It's there! And they are right back within touch!
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here? Locatelli. Kalulu. Bremer. McKennie. Vlahovic. And it's Koopmeiners. He's through, now is he in? Cleared away. And a chance! Look, oh, that is asking. In he goes again! Is the shot on? Thuram. He is just caressing the ball. David. And the shot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Bullish header! Gets good distance on it. Thuram. Now who's going to be first to this? Herring after the ball. Could be danger here. And it's going to be another one. Keeper has taken decisive action. Deftly away. And it's Cambiasso. That's a nicely shaped ball. And he's heaved it away. And the first 45 minutes are up.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far. That being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on where they left off after the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Well, that has been a goal-blessed half. It is 3-1. And the game has already resumed here. And it's hoisted clear. So who's he picking out? Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. McKennie. Brilliantly cut out. Over to the left. And he's managed to get free. Moved on forwards. Real chance! And yes, it's there! The second half sparked straight into life. We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Yeah, he always had the measure of the keeper, and there was very little doubt as to how this was going to end up.
Sporting are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now. Sporting get themselves back into contention.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
Bremer. McKennie providing an outlet on that flank. Well read, and the danger is averted. Spread out to the left. Great run this, he's covered quite a distance already. Oh, that's neat. A header! Oh, that was very necessary. Kalulu getting this one clear. They've played it short. Oh, what a shooting chance! Good first touch and almost as good a second.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Cambiasso. Noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Yeah, they're certainly getting much tighter to him now. At least the message was received.
That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Kalulu wins the duel this time. Great defending, strong and determined. Now it's Trincao. Probing pass. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. And it's McKennie. And here's McKennie. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
And here's the chance to counter. Oh, easy pickings there. Locatelli succumbs to the pressure. Played back in. Corner it is. Trincao goes short. Another corner. Any better luck this time round? Climbs up big! Gets it away. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. He's gone for the shots. Denied by a great piece of goalkeeping.
Absolutely terrific, terrific reflexes. Goalkeeping at its very best.
Locatelli looking to add to his goal. Bremer gently done. And there's green grass ahead of him. And he cuts out the supply. Locatelli. Miners. Thuram. David. Oh, they could be caught out here. That's a fabulous ball. This might spell danger. Oh, the ball's come loose here. Danger averted for now.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Receives it in a good position here. Kalulu clears it away. Time to deliver. Could be danger here. Goes for a shot. He can get that clear.
Sporting really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Oh, it's played into the area. That has been knocked clear. Played into the middle. And the shot! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
Out to the left it goes. Cambiasso played into space. Now it's David. Big chance! It's a loose ball. Clears it away.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Does really well to win the ball there. There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Cambiasso has created one goal already. I think we're just about done here.
They seem to have lost their sense of direction. It should be higher up the pitch.
Picks it up out wide. That's going to go a long way. Sporting have got it back and they'll have another go. And that is that. Well, that was good. A terrific advertisement for attacking football. Both sides glad to trade blows, to set out always only to win. And it came down to one decisive moment. If you look back on the game... Well, welcome everybody to what is a really important game, which is going to be played here in conditions somewhat suboptimal. The rain is falling heavily, the players are feeling it on their backs, and soon the pitch will be evidently much wetter than is perfect. It's going to be a test for all involved. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Kalulu. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Wrench. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Cambiasso. Thuram. Cambiasso. McKennie. Locatelli. McKennie! Good first touch and almost as good a second.
McKennie brilliantly took control of that, which was exactly what the situation required.
Great defending, strong and determined. McKennie does really well to win the ball there. That's really well manoeuvred. Muscular approach does pay off here. The ball is loose and the chase is on. And it's Matic. Matic laid out to the left flank. Lovely bit of skill. Thuram could try cutting inside here. And he's there to get it away. Kalulu. McKennie puts a cross in. And he's there to clear it. That has been cleared. Locatelli. And the shot! They score! Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Searching passes played there. And he cuts out the supply. McKennie. Throw it.
It's good movement we're getting from that front line, very flexible.
Yeah, really easy on the eye too, yeah?
Very much so. It adds more variety to their attack and asks more questions of that defence. Cat and mouse at its best.
Locatelli. And it's Thuram. Here's Openda. foul, free kick. And that's going to be a booking. Players protesting furiously, but there's little or no sympathy from the ref.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Decent hit from there. Branch. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Cambiasso, too strong for his opponent there. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Ambitious ball here. Branch is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
There's a probing ball, and that's well seen too. Vlahovic. He's found support out wide. Vlahovic. Juric gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Branch wins the duel this time. Aim forwards. Kalulu. Branch. Lofted upfield. Defending was strong and firm. It's an inviting looking ball that. Well read, nice interception. McKennie. Branch. Moved on forwards.
Beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Chance here to counter. Out to the left it goes. And it's played forward. No foul, says the referee.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Cambiasso. Oh, good spread. Played back in. Played into space. McKennie skims one in. Gets good distance on it. Do have a chance to counter here. It's lofted through here. And it's Branch. Branch! He's got away with one there.
We're talking about creating a problem for yourself. OK, credit to good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
Cambiasso. Now it's Optenda. Ajic. And here's Optenda. Thuram. Optenda. And that's a simple one for the keeper. And there's the end of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think, something they'll be told many times, I'm sure.
And the finish! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Can he dig out a shot? They've done it! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser. Sassuolo grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, that certainly raised the temperature in here, and both sides are looking to up their game accordingly.
That's a lovely, neat pass. Ajic. McKennie. Vlahovic. That'll be a throw. Aim forwards. Is onto it in a flash. Sassuolo have got it back and they'll have another go. Cambiasso. Up towards the front line. Proves too strong. Vlahovic. Moved on forwards. He's offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
A noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Look, if they want to shut down the threat, he's a very good place to start.
Vlahovic is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Takes a shot! He's missed, but not by that far.
Ajic just denied by a lick of paint. We're talking centimetres.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur. And there's the shot! Oh, that is very close.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Cambiasso. And it's McKennie. Locatelli has created one goal already. And here's Vlahovic. Back into the middle. That's an excellent interception. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Nice interception, well timed. Cambiasso. Locatelli. Cambiasso. Locatelli. Vlahovic. Well read, and the danger is averted. Matic really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target.
Tries a shot! Kalulu. Locatelli. McKennie. Played back in. Vlahovic. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Locatelli. And here's the chance to counter. Played out to the right. Berardi. Oh, that's a clever look. Can he finish? Oh, taken with style. And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Oh, a goal of real quality. He made it look ridiculously easy.
Ah, you've got to love that. Concentration, conviction, contact, and sheer class.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, I think you can write this lot off at your peril. It's been a joy to watch them hold themselves right back into it. Now, can they hang on?
It's an inviting looking ball, that.
Sassuolo surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Thuram. Oh, it's a chance! No mistake! It's level again! What a match we have! Simplicity itself.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
So all square, and not for the first time.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited for me. Now they can go one better, possibly.
Nice physical challenge. And it's Matic.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
He's away!
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Matic. And he's picked out the run. He's in, surely! Can he finish?
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Cleared without complication. It's really well manoeuvred. Final seconds, this has to be it. Oh, it's taken out, that'll be a foul. And no surprise, that's a booking. Well, the protest continues, but in the end they are defending the indefensible.
We all love a trier, Peter, but the wiser choice would have been ball into box.
Bremer. Now who's going to be first to this? Matic. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. He is just caressing the ball. Gatti does really well there, strong defending. Aim forwards. Could move up a gear here. Calmly anticipates. And it's Matic.
Well, they're supposed to be chasing a goal, and yet there's no urgency or sense of awareness. They've got to wake up.
It really is now or never. They need a goal however it comes. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. He's in plenty of space here. It's a mighty effort! The whistle has gone, and it is all over. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. And And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And already we're underway here. So Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
I really like this guy, Romagnoli, Peter, especially the way he's willing to go further up the field and press opponents in high positions, giving his team that opportunity to counter a little more quicker. You need to be very confident to be able to go that far up with that sort of regularity. But he pulls it off.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree.
Probably the structure to this team. Formations don't win you games, but getting the correct one to suit your players and your team's approach is a...
And the finish! And somehow it stayed out. Kalulu. Locatelli. Out towards the flank. Zaccagni. Pellegrini. Keeper's got good distance on that. And it's Locatelli. And they can counter here.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Wins the duel this time. Lazio have their manager to thank for the last result.
Yeah, he had a problem, but he was confident he had the players to fix it, and his willingness to take risks is what I liked, and that worked an absolute treat. Lazio, well, you can see what they're trying to do here, Peter. You know, get the ball into wider areas.
Yeah, there is a very visible, a very definite pattern here.
Well, that's where the space is, and it's quite simple. It's just going to stretch that defence, isn't it?
Cambiasso. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
McKennie. Locatelli. Locatelli really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Shapes to shoot! Roslin gets flagged offside. Locatelli. It's Cambiasso. It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
That's really well manoeuvred. Basic. Right out towards the right wing. Clears it away. Real chance! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
Rema. 0-0 still. No lack of chances, though.
I actually think both teams are playing okay here. We've had some good attempts, although they've mounted to nothing so far.
And here's Yildiz. It's McKennie. Brilliantly cut out. And they've got Reed. Yildiz. McKennie. cut out, no margin for error there at all. Ball's gone out of play. Yildiz. Can he finish? Decent strike, kept it fizzing low.
Oh, that's a cracking try. Good technique to keep it low too.
Locatelli. Nice defending, it's got the job done. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And he's managed to get free. Dia. That's good play. Kalulu did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Clearly not happy with that. And it's played forward. Yildiz. That's a danger of Lajovic! Denied by an instinctive save.
Lajovic clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Gets it away. Dia. Lazzari. Locatelli, forwards and with intent. And it's Thuram. Lazzari shifted upfield. Dia aimed forwards. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. McKennie. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Locatelli. That's put paid to a promising move. He has found the way through. And it's Lazzari. Diving header! Now that was a full-blooded header.
Dia may have slightly misjudged the timing, but there was nothing wrong with the intent.
Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Great defending, strong and determined. Pellegrini. Basic. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Calmly anticipates. Delibashiru. And it's Delibashiru. There's the end of the first half. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. The midway point of the game.
Well, both sides have been full of effort, industry, endeavour, and the stats are screaming good things at us. So it's been a very good...
And he shoots! Oh, taken with style! And that is the goal we've all been yearning for.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
Lazio have turned to their bench and we're going to have a substitution. So we have our breakthrough.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Zaccagni. That is good strength. It's an imaginative pass.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Vlahovic. It's really well cleared. And reclaimed it in a trice. Locatelli. Lazzari. And it's Deli-Bashiru. Deli-Bashiru. Turns and goes back. He's had a shot! Noslin's cross. Goal kick. No, I stand corrected, it's a corner. His gloves on it, nice and calm. Now it's Vlahovic. Locatelli being hounded, manhandled at times.
Well, he's the quarterback equivalent, so I'm not surprised that he's being closed down first.
Knocks it out wide. Here's Thuram. David. Yildiz. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Lazzari, gently done. Deli-Bashiru. Zaccagni. Zaccagni!
He did so well to create the room to get the shot away.
Cambiasso. Now it's David. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Spread out to the left. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. McKennie in acres of space out wide. He's found a way through. McKennie.
Yildiz? Yeah, it all looked so promising until unexpected sloppiness intervened.
Moved on forwards. Cambiasso. David! Showing good feet. And it's Thuram. Cataldi. Over to the left. It's a pretty loose pass. A couple of changes then in quick succession. Kalulu. Now, there's no getting past him. It's really well defended.
It's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Expertly cut out, really nicely done. That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer blow.
Locatelli, gently done. That is a little undercooked. And here's Yildiz. He's in plenty of space here. There's the header! Oh, that should have been two.
Just got too eager there, I think, Peter. Had half an eye on the two-goal cushion.
Turan. Yildiz.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
And here's Zaccagni. Zaccagni chips it through. Nicely intercepted.
Lazio really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
That looks a good ball through. Oh, he's in! Dave, and the shot! He's scored! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. That was easy, almost too easy.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch. Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
So that's two now without reply. Cataldi. And a chance! Oh, should have put that away.
Well, they've got a big enough job on their hands as it is, Peter. They really need to be putting those chances away.
Lazio making consecutive changes here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Isaacson. And it's played forward. Great chance! Kalulu. McKennie. Vlahovic. Romagnoli did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Cuts out the pass, and back to the keeper they go. Isaacson. Rovella, oh, good spread. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Lazzari. Oh, that's neat. Looking for a decent ball in. And it's Rovella. Lazzari. Aimed in towards the centre. Yildiz. And that is it, the referee has seen enough. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind of the mastermind in all of this. A solid win, which will be welcomed all round.